Here are some guys who think that evil is evidence that a God exists.
Brett, how is evil an argument? Or how can you use evil as an argument for God's existence?
Well, think about it. If someone calls some act or event evil, right, in order to identify it as evil, they have to presuppose some standard of goodness.
Yes, but that standard need not be some divine standard. Maybe they have a subjective standard, a cultural standard, or some other kind of contingent standard. To imply that there is a standard is not necessarily to imply an objective, universal, or divine standard. I know that when I say that something is evil, I am merely stating my commitment to opposing it. I am describing what my behavior with regard to it will be. I am not saying that it is evil with respect to some objective or divine standard.
If I say that's evil, I'm saying that doesn't conform to this other standard that I hold as good. And so the question is, well, where does that standard come from? And here's the way we kind of put this into an argument. Evil is a departure from the way things ought to be. But the way things ought to be implies a moral law or moral standard. And a moral law or moral standard is best explained by a moral lawgiver.
Why would such a lawgiver need to be a supernatural lawgiver?
And so we can use evil as an argument for God's existence, as the source of that moral law.
Why can't one's conscience be the source of one's judgments about whether something is evil? I think Brett assumes that everyone who proclaims something to be evil is intending to express something universal or binding for everyone. And maybe that's even true of most people. However, that's not what everyone means. It's certainly not what I mean when I say that something is evil. Also, Greg Kukel should do a show with Brett Kunkel. They should call the show Kukel and Kunkel. To everyone who helps me out on Patreon, you're a big help. Thanks so much.